We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Middleton. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth, so of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Harrell. Zings it complete to the right. And the 49ers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The play action fake. If he houses this, it's ball game. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. And, man, just a soul-crushing turnover by this offense here in overtime.
It's so tough throwing the ball down in this area of the field, right? The windows are so much smaller, and they open and they close so much quicker. You've got to be so precise with timing and accuracy if you're the quarterback. And that time, it came back to bite him. Just didn't execute well enough.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. The run inside. It's King. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Makes one man miss. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And you see them consistently sticking with the run, staying balanced. As you get closer to the goal line, you're thinking the field starts to shrink now. Do I have a jump ball wide receiver out?
Maybe some room here. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the 2nd level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense. They'll try to walk it off with a chip shot field goal here in overtime. First possession of overtime, and now the defense will have to stand tall.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
is ready to kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They'll go to the ground. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's a hit. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Fires to the tight end. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. And the Golden Flashes will call on their punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Running inside, it's Isaac. Works ahead for a couple, they'll stop him at the 27.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Makes the grab. Turning it on. The 30. He's at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulls. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So here comes Kent State's offense, ready to get this drive underway. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets a block. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown, USF. Stealing a score on special teams. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And he takes this from inside. And the ball is loose on the return. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense when you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Into the end zone. Touchdown Bulls! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field, or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And coming into this game, talking to coaches, man, they were worried about how fast this defense was, how physical it was. And so far throughout this game, man, it's shown up. Like the speed, the tackling, the eye discipline, they've done such a good job owning this football game early. And it's on the offense now that they've got to find some answers.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. This USF offense will open this drive right here. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Makes it past the marker. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Van Buren. Makes the catch, it's Sullivan. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Upstairs to make the catch. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls!
explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. Guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Wants to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Taylor. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Golden Flashes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun to give to the back. And they're able to make the tackle.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. They'll give it to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Oh, he's got a chance. Could be an alley. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Period, and USF is on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to bully their way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And on that that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
How many chances can you afford to waste in the red zone? They've already been stopped twice. Back's going for the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State. Lining up for the PAT. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Pulls it in. It's Odom. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Finding some room. Inside the 50. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34. And what an electrifying play. That was just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in 2-hand touch?
No. The Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
To throw, it's Van Buren looking to the big tight end. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the red zone, it's Collins. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. his offense ready to get this drive started. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. That's caught. It's Taylor. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's picked off, and another empty drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Snap it to the back. Got enough for the first. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
And the Bulls have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Running the red zone, it's Collins. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, South Florida. These guys wanted to make a statement. The statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Oh, and he missed it. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Complete to the right. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And we we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this sooner.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like...
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. Looking to take a shot. Makes the grab. He's got a first down.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a fourth down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first to keep the drive alive. QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that fourth down.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Makes the grab on the left. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right. And maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help them.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. And it's right down the boulevard.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. As expected, they're content to run out the clock and go into halftime. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Just about set to get this second half underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown Bulls. And they take it in for 6 more points. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes Kent State's offense, ready to get this drive underway. They're going to test the right side with this one. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They go right back to him. Maybe a crease. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Running to Green. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And the Golden Flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. Firing to the right, complete. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter.
Touchdown, Golden Flashes! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. On to attempt the try. And it's up and good. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Foles' offense comes out ready to go to work. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Kent State. The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? He drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback. He sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This USF offense will open this drive right here. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
With the catch, it's Rodgers. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him.
Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, USF! And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established, and this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well, but they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success, and they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Throws for the tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
You know, on a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page, and now it sets up 4th down.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their first sack.
To the air, it's Van Buren. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense, playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. No good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll move the tight end. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. And they're not on the same page there.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the 4th quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete on the right side. Makes the catch, and he's free. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. The golden flashes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. preparing to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
On target. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down.
There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Hey, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole...
Got a little grass. Touchdown, golden flashes. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the fourth quarter.
Getting set for the point after. Splits the uprights. So it's an 80-yard drive, and he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. Snags it, and there's running room. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give and tick, 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 tick. And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. The inside handoff. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There's some room. Got enough space. Touchdown Bulls. And the stomping has commenced. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times in home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Golden Flashes offense ready to get this drive started. Quick handoff. Turning it on. Picks up the first down. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
It's too bad because this guy's had an incredible day statistically. Already over 100 yards rushing, but look at the scoreboard and you'd never know it. Their defense has not been able to do their part, and you just wonder if it's going to be enough handing off to this guy to get back in the game.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Man, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
The give to the left side. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And, man, he really hasn't been the problem today. How about that? He's rushed for over 100 yards, another big chunk play on the ground. They've continued to be able to run the football well, but here now in the second half, you've built yourself a deficit. I wonder how...
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
And it's always interesting when you get into this garbage time, and if it really matters.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Golden Flashes will snap it on 1st and 10. Under fire. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. On 4th down, going to the air. Under fire. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. From the gun, the running back has it. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They're wanting to pile up some extra points. Turns it loose. And they're unable to connect on the long pass. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. It's incomplete. kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sacramento State.
What a way to start this game offensively. You find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. On the ground with the counter. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to him and it'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. And the golden flashes will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They're setting up the screen. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Kent State!
And when you run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. He'll bring it out. It's Ford. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Sacramento State's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. They torch this defense with an explosive passing play for a score left. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Oh, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab down the middle. Flying out to the left. Inside the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Sacramento State.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they could not have finished with more style. An 86-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So here comes Kent State's offense, ready to get this drive underway. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Oh, they're after him. Oh, it's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Looking to the big tight end. In the double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Golden Flashes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gives it to the back on the draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Golden Flashes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
Fielded in the end zone. It's 4. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Sacramento State's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your core...
Gets loose in the middle. The 20. And he scores. Touchdown, Sacramento State. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. If you like scoring, this one's for you. Already 21-14, and now they'll try to answer. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Tight end now in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. The give on the option. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Fires to the middle. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's got him. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Coleman open on the right. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Curtis. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. There's a crease. Touchdown, Sacramento State. Great job by the back on the option.
And And just keep feeding this guy the football, and this scoreboard's going to keep lighting up. This dude is unbelievable. He needs just a little bit of space, and he is gone off to the races. This offense, David, has so many weapons, but this running back is a game changer.
He is, and so many weapons is right, and this defense has had absolutely no answer so far. Giving up way too many points early in this football game. They need to have a conversation on the sidelines. Get the defensive coordinator, get everybody involved. They need more juice, and they got to find some answers fast.
The Golden Flash's offense ready to get this drive started. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got him downfield. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch, that's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They get him on the ground, and boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play.
Makes you grab and room to run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Kent State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the 2nd half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Sacramento State's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They'll start this drive with a pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harris. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beat. Give credit to to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. Boy, these offenses are just making it look easy.
Defense optional in college football nowadays. So many weapons, so much speed on the field, so hard to defend. Defense, I don't know how you play it. I really don't. Just try to get a stop, beg for one, please.
And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Sacramento State's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires left. Got his man downfield. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already. Heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The run inside. It's Curtis. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. He'll take the deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. And the defense finally came up with a play.
Finds a man on the left. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. Coleman's got it.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. They're down to the 32-yard line on first and 10. Wants to throw it again. Going right back to Coleman. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes second and 7. Grab behind the line. It's Burrell. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Sacramento State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, Heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Handoff from the gun. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Working on the right. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Golden Flashes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. There's a little room there.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Bringing the heat. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on 2nd and short. Timeout taken by the offense as their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Makes the grab. It's Banks. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 3rd down play from the gun. And the defense wraps up the first half by taking it to the quarterback and getting the sack. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. So here comes Kent State's offense, ready to get this drive underway. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Wants to bring it back. He's got great speed. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Sacramento State's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Makes it past the marker. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Finds a crease at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Sacramento State.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
From the gun. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Golden Flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Harris. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. The give on the counter. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
All right, they've shown this formation a lot of times, and especially in the first half. Now what do? They show the formation, pull some guys and run a counter backside. Beautiful play design, way to adjust in the second half.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he's wrestled to the ground. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He unleashes a long one. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Woof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display, and that sweet return there. The Golden Flashes offense ready to get this drive started. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They'll go with a direct snap. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, 3rd downs, get him the football. Shoot, 1st downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Winning 1st down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that 1st down.
Gets the back moving. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Running inside, it's Curtis.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
A little midweek action to keep you going. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to fire. Throwing right. With the catch, it's Burrell. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Motion from the wide receiver. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. As we head for the home stretch, take a look at these numbers, and they are impressive. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Williams open on the right side. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on 1st down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Curtis. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Finding an escape route. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On the direct snap, it's King. And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds, too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using it.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackle.
Looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So here comes Kent State's offense, ready to get this drive underway. Giving up that last field goal really hurt. It's a 3-possession game, and things look dire, to be candid. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, then you're going to have to.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And how about that rush off of the edge? You could tell, man, playing pass all the way. Your team has a lead. Getting later in the football game, he's just pinning his ears back, and he flies off the edge and gets the big sack.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Going downfield for the big play. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Defense in press coverage. And they get him down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Pressure coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's reeled in. It's Harris. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good...
Maybe some room here. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the golden flashes. Kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll try the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Offense gets set for 2nd down.